It is a First Take Friday, and I have an A-list for you. Yes, this is the top 5 players that are going to become NFL superstars this season. Not household names, superstars, big names, ones that your kids are going to want to buy the jersey. Let's start with number 5, and I'm going down to Tampa. It's a second-year running back, and it is Bucky Irving. Started his career at Minnesota, went to Oregon, gets to the Buccaneers as a 4th-round pick last year, and tears up the league. He was 4th among running backs in yards per rush last season, trailing these 3 names: Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Jahmyr Gibbs. Guy had 1,100 in rushing yards and 8 rushing touchdowns in his rookie season, and the offense goes through him. Bucky Irving, household name. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Number 4, Nick Bonito. Say it again. Nick Bonito. Nick Bonito was tremendous last year for the Broncos. And though his teammate Patrick Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year, you could have argued this guy had the biggest games and the biggest moments on defense for the playoff Broncos. Was 3rd in the league in sacks with 13.5, took a couple back for touchdowns, and did it on a weekly basis. A former 2nd-round pick. Nick Bonito is going to be a household name after a huge 2025. Now let's make some viral moments. Let's move the needle. We're talking about a new player on a big team. Number 3, I got George Pickens as a superstar this season. I love a healthy Dak. I love a new offense with Shoddy. And I love someone feeding off of CeeDee Lamb as the number 1 in this offense. George Pickens is going to get a lot of targets, a lot of looks, and is going to get a lot of opportunities against single coverage to do his thing. Oh, and if he needed any motivation, how about basically being on a 1-year contract and being told, "We don't want you," from the Pittsburgh Steelers? I like a young player who's got a chip on his shoulders. I also like a young player with the skill set that George Pickens has. Superstar in 2025. How about a quarterback? How about a quarterback who already made the Pro Bowl last year? How about a quarterback who's just in his 2nd season? Drake May, let's insert you into that top 10 quarterback conversation. It's all there for him. He's got weapons now. He also has an offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels who is going to bring out the very most in him. Drake May last year did a lot with very little. He was running around like a chicken with his head cut off and still made big plays, still carried the Patriots. I am bullish on Drake May. It's a loaded draft class, and though Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and Penix and, of course, Bo Nix get all the headlines, I like Drake May to have a huge year in year number 2. But who's number 1? Who is the number 1 player who I think is going to go from very good and well-known to a superstar? It all happens in the Big Apple, and it happens with this guy. Malik Nabers is about to tear up the league. I think this guy is going to have a massive, massive 2nd season. How do you have a bigger year than you do last year when he had the most receptions by a rookie in NFL history with 109? Well, I think he's going to get even more balls, and there's even better quarterback play than there was a season ago. It'll start early with Russell Wilson. Might be some Jameis. It might be some Jackson Dart. But I know that the one consistency of the New York Giants this season is that this guy is going to have a massive, massive year. He's got some LSU brethren in the NFL right now, and Jamar Chase and Brian Thomas Jr., and of course, Justin Jefferson. I'm putting Malik Nabers in that conversation. I think he's going to have a massive 2025. Gentlemen, I'm all fired up on a Friday. Here are my 5 names. Starting with you, Mike T, your thoughts on this list?
I think it's a pretty good list, Peter, but you kind of contradicted yourself at the end, because Malik Nabers had a great year. Production is undeniable, but when it's a multiple choice answer for who your starting quarterback is and you're a receiver, that's a big concern. And the one name you should have put on here is Devin Witherspoon, corner, Seattle Seahawks. Okay. I think he's an absolute superstar. You talked about the defensive genius of Mike McDonald. He's already been an All-Pro, and I think he's only going to get better and better. He would have been in my top 5, but otherwise, pretty good list.
I like it, Harry.
So number 5 is huge.
Let's take a walk.
When you go back to 2023, if you study the game very closely, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were 32nd in rushing. Bucky Irving and his ability to break tackles, break free, score touchdowns, rush the football effectively, had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 4th in the National Football League last season. So that's why this is significant. This right here Denver Broncos led the league in sacks with 63. Nick Bonito led them with 13.5. The reason why this is huge for me is because Harry Douglas, I picked the Denver Broncos to win the AFC West this season.
Over the Chiefs.
Over the Chiefs.
Ooh.
So that's why I think this is huge. He's a guy that had the ability to not only get sack fumbles and interceptions, but like you mentioned, take it into the end zone for touchdowns.
Nick Bonito talk on a Friday. What do you got?
Listen, I'm bullish on this young man right here.
Okay.
For all the reasons that I've talked about earlier,
Yep.
Josh McDaniels, Mike Vrabel, Stephon Diggs, J.J. McCarthy.
Oh.
Folks, J.J. McCarthy is going to come in and light it up. Got arguably the best infrastructure of any first or second year quarterback that we've ever seen in the National Football League. Elite play caller, elite offensive line, running backs, wide receiver. Trust me, J.J. McCarthy, I love Drake May. J.J. McCarthy, catapult superstar.
All right, we are a
Like it.
teaching show at many points where we like to teach you, the viewers, some things. But guys, we also have to give out some grades. What's your grade on my top 5 here? Obviously, there's been some omissions. We'll start with you, Harry Douglas.
I'm going to give you a B- because honestly, at number 1, I would have put J.J. McCarthy at the quarterback
Number
position.
1.
Yep.
All right, Mike Tannenbaum.
I'm going to give you a B. Again, my concern about Neighbors being number 1 is when you have 3 guys throwing him the ball, it's kind of a oxymoron that he's going to have a breakout year.
Malik Neighbors going to tear up the league. Just watch. All right, ignore these guys. What do you got?
I'm going to give it a B+. I think it's a very solid list. I agree with you, Malik Neighbors. Like, he's going to be a target monster here in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And just looking at this whole list, I love all these guys. Nick Bonito, like, boy,
Monster.
he is. I think, we talk about all these pass rushers that gotten paid. Nick Bonito could be the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, go home. Go on the website, whatever it is, NFL.com. Buy all of your kids Nick Bonito jerseys. That's the name of the day. Nick
Peter,
Bonito.